Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing a massive planet hurtling toward us, unstoppable, unavoidable, and ready to end life as we know it. No warning, no way to stop it, just a countdown to catastrophe. Sounds like science fiction, right? But rogue planets, wandering, homeless worlds drifting through space, are very real. And if one were on a collision course with Earth, what would happen? Could we survive? Could we stop it? Buckle up, because we're about to dive into one of the most terrifying what-if scenarios in cosmic history. Let's find out. What is a rogue planet? Imagine a planet drifting alone through the cold, endless void of space. No sun to warm it, no orbit to follow, just a cosmic wanderer lost in the abyss. These are rogue planets, the mysterious loners of the universe. Unlike Earth, which faithfully orbits the sun, rogue planets have no home, no system, no star to call their own. They roam freely through the galaxy, traveling at mind-blowing speeds, completely untethered to anything. But how do these planets become rogue in the first place? Some of them start out like normal planets, forming around a star just like Earth, Jupiter, or Mars. But then, something goes terribly wrong. A massive cosmic event like a nearby supernova explosion, a close encounter with a larger planet, or a gravitational slingshot from its own sun kicks them out of their solar system entirely. Imagine Earth suddenly getting thrown out of the solar system and flung into the dark, unknown. Terrifying, right? Other rogue planets may have never belonged to a solar system at all. Some astronomers believe they could have formed directly from swirling gas and dust in deep space, much like stars, but without enough mass to ignite into a sun. That means these planets were born as wanderers, destined to forever drift through the coldest, darkest regions of space. And here's the real kicker. Scientists believe there could be billions, if not trillions, of these planets in our galaxy alone. Some may be small and frozen like Pluto, others could be massive gas giants even bigger than Jupiter, but the biggest question is, could one of them be heading toward Earth right now? How likely is a collision with Earth? Alright, let's get to the real question. Could a rogue planet actually collide with Earth? I mean, space is massive, but with billions of these wanderers floating around, isn't it just a matter of time before one crosses our path? Well, here's the good news. The chances of that happening are ridiculously low. Space isn't just big, it's mind-blowingly, impossibly, absurdly huge. Even within our own solar system, planets are separated by millions, sometimes billions of miles. Now, imagine trying to hit a specific grain of sand on a beach by throwing another grain of sand from a mile away. That's how unlikely it is for a rogue planet to randomly collide with Earth. But the odds aren't zero. If a rogue planet were to drift close enough to our solar system, things could get messy, even if it doesn't hit Earth directly. Why? Because gravity is a cosmic troublemaker. A massive rogue planet passing near us could disrupt planetary orbits, pull asteroids out of the asteroid belt, or even mess with Earth's own path around the sun. Now here's a terrifying thought. What if a rogue planet entered our solar system and got stuck? Instead of a direct impact, it could settle into a highly unstable orbit, causing long-term chaos. Imagine Earth suddenly shifting its orbit just slightly. That could mean extreme climate changes, rising sea levels, and devastating natural disasters. So, while an actual impact is insanely unlikely, a near miss could still be catastrophic. And with billions of rogue planets out there, the question isn't just if one will pass by, but when. What would happen before the impact? What if a rogue planet is headed straight for Earth? But before it smashes into us like a cosmic wrecking ball, we'd see the warning signs, and trust me, they wouldn't be subtle. First, astronomers would spot it months or even years in advance. At first, it would just be a tiny speck in the night sky, barely noticeable. But as it barreled toward us at breakneck speed, that speck would grow brighter, bigger, and way more terrifying. Scientists would be scrambling to calculate its trajectory, hoping, praying that it might miss us. Then, the real chaos begins. As the rogue planet gets closer, its gravity would start messing with Earth. The oceans would rise and fall in unpredictable ways, triggering devastating tsunamis and floods. The moon, our trusty sidekick, could be pulled into a slightly different orbit, throwing off tides, weather patterns, and maybe even Earth's rotation. But it doesn't stop there. The rogue planet's gravitational pull could ignite a wave of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions worldwide. The sky might start to change color due to atmospheric disturbances, and some areas could experience violent, unpredictable storms. Imagine lightning storms stretching for miles with hurricane-force winds tearing through cities long before the planet even arrives. And as it gets even closer, all eyes would be on the sky. It would dominate the horizon, a massive looming shadow glowing eerily from reflected sunlight. At this point, there would be no escape, no way to stop it. The only thing left, brace for impact. The moment of collision. This is it, the moment everything changes. The rogue planet has arrived and there's no stopping it, no escape, no second chances. The only thing left to do is watch the sky and pray. As the planet enters Earth's atmosphere, it's moving at tens of thousands of miles per hour, faster than any bullet, faster than anything humans have ever seen. The sky ignites as a fireball larger than entire continents blazes through the heavens. The atmosphere superheats in seconds, turning the very air into a weapon. Winds stronger than any hurricane rip through cities, flattening everything in their path before the impact even happens. Then, the unthinkable. The rogue planet slams into Earth with unimaginable force, unleashing an explosion millions of times stronger than the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. The shockwave alone incinerates everything within thousands of miles. Mountains vaporize, oceans boil away instantly, skyscrapers crumble to dust before they even hit the ground. And then comes the second wave of destruction. A mega tsunami, thousands of feet high, crashes across continents, swallowing entire countries. A global earthquake shakes the planet's core, causing volcanoes to erupt simultaneously across the world. The Earth itself cracks apart, sending molten rock and debris into space. And just when it seems like things can't get worse, they do. The entire sky goes dark. Ash and debris fill the atmosphere, blocking out the sun for years, maybe even centuries. Temperatures plummet. The world is left in an endless winter, a dead, frozen wasteland. Could humanity survive? Let's be honest, surviving a direct collision with a rogue planet? Nearly impossible. But what about after the impact? Could anyone, anything, make it through the ultimate extinction event? First off, if you were anywhere near ground zero, there's no chance. The impact would have vaporized everything instantly. People, buildings, entire cities, gone in the blink of an eye. But what about those in deep underground bunkers, nuclear silos, or submarines at the bottom of the ocean? They might survive for a while. But then comes the long-term nightmare. The sky is now choked with ash and debris, blocking the sun for years, maybe centuries. With no sunlight, plants die. Without plants, the entire food chain collapses. Temperatures plummet, turning Earth into a frozen, lifeless wasteland. No crops, no animals, no fresh air. The world becomes a graveyard of ice and fire. But humans are resilient. Some small groups might make it, relying on underground farms, stockpiled food, or geothermal energy. Maybe a handful of scientists, billionaires, or government officials sealed away in hidden bunkers would survive, watching the dead world above from their screens. And then there's one final possibility, leaving Earth entirely. If we had enough time, could we have escaped? Built a colony on the moon, Mars, a space station floating above the disaster? Right now, we're nowhere near prepared. But in the future, maybe. So could humanity survive? A few might. But the world we once knew, that would be gone forever. Can we prevent this? We've talked about what happens if a rogue planet collides with Earth. But here's the real question. Can we actually stop it? Can humanity pull off the ultimate sci-fi rescue mission and prevent total annihilation? Well, not really, at least not yet. Unlike asteroids, which we have plans to deflect using nuclear explosions or kinetic impactors, a planet-sized object is on a completely different level. You can't just blow up a planet like in the movies. Not even with every nuclear bomb on Earth. It would be like throwing a firecracker at a freight train and hoping it stops. So, what's the alternative? Deflection. If we spotted a rogue planet early enough, we're talking decades or even centuries in advance, we might have time to alter its trajectory. Some scientists have theorized using gravitational tractors, huge spacecraft that hover near the planet and slowly pull it off course using gravity. Sounds cool, but it would take massive amounts of time and energy. Time we probably wouldn't have. Another idea? Building a fleet of planet-sized rockets to push Earth out of the way. Yes, you read that right. Instead of stopping the rogue planet, we move Earth itself. Sound insane? Well, scientists have actually proposed using massive nuclear pulse propulsion to shift Earth's orbit if we ever faced a cosmic disaster. Wild, right? But let's be real. With today's technology, we'd be helpless. Our best hope? Detect the threat early enough to evacuate Earth. And that means colonizing Mars, the Moon, or even space stations before it's too late. So, can we prevent it? Not now, maybe not ever. But if humanity wants to survive the next billion years, we better start thinking big. So, could a rogue planet really collide with Earth? Highly unlikely, but not impossible. And if it ever happened, the results would be catastrophic beyond imagination. Right now, we don't have the technology to stop it, but who knows? The future of space exploration might hold the key to saving our planet. If you love mind-blowing space theories and futuristic tech, make sure to subscribe to InnoVision Tech. Stay curious, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep exploring the unknown.